Hey guys, RanterInShades here, exercise my first amendment rights vlog style. Now, the topic of this video didn't originate from anything related to music like most of the stuff on my channel does, but it can easily parallel, and I'll talk about that later. I'm sure we've all seen at least one person on social media who gets really heated in politics, social issues, or really anything that they're passionate about, which I don't have a problem with at all. I talk a lot about music because it's something I'm passionate about, so with them talking about political issues on principle isn't different at all from what I do here. I'm not exactly one to get political on my social media, at least not all the time, as it's shown to be the basis for some of the most annoying conversations I've seen, and I'm aware this video is probably going to spark said conversations. Do the subjects interest me? I'd be lying if I said they didn't. Why would I watch channels like The Amazing Atheist, Armored Skeptic, Thunderfoot, Shoe on Head, Teal Deer, Naked Ape, Autopsy 87, or one of my newest of favorite channels, Some Black Guy, if the stuff didn't interest me? Some Black Guy in particular is someone who I'm able to identify with greatly as far as political views go, and I highly encourage you guys to go check his channel out. I've been subscribed to him, and I've been watching his channel grow ever since his video towards Rob Flynn of Machine Head regarding racism and metal went viral, and I'm astonished to say the least at how far the guy's come and how much his channel has grown. And Jinriella is another person who, ever since making her comeback to YouTube, has really been hitting the nail on the head with these subjects, and is another person that I'm able to identify well with on these matters. So I highly suggest watching her most recent videos as well if you want a good summing up of what exactly my views are, as well as an example of how to be unbiased and factual on these subjects. And maybe check her older videos out too if you want, as it's pretty good stuff. She was one of the first ranters I started watching back in the day before I even created this channel, and I'm so glad she's back to making videos here. I'm not going to go into too much detail in this video about what exactly my political views are, but I identify as center liberal, kind of like the channels I mentioned before do. I'm pro-equality, but against the idea of groups and social movements being used to censor people or shame people for having particular viewpoints. To me, that contradicts the very nature of equality, which these people claim to be fighting for, and it also strikes me as anti-free speech. Now, as you guys can tell from my catchphrase, I take free speech very seriously. So whenever I see people such as SJWs, third-wave feminists, Black Lives Matter activists, and others essentially say, "Your speech is not welcome since we don't agree with it," I get pretty ticked off. But what pisses me off the most about this is when these people are so passionate about this shit that they say something like, "If you don't agree with this, unfriend me or unfollow me." No. No! No! No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna unfriend you or unfollow you. You know why? Because I'm not so shallow that I unfriend people over political opinions. It just shows a lack of respect. And you guys know me, I'm always one for mutual respect. And encouraging the people that are supposed to be your friends or your supporters or followers to completely cut themselves off from you because of shit like this just shows what a complete lack of respect you have for others and makes you look like a massive dick. If I'm able to get along with you, why would I just outright throw that away over political opinions? Or opinions in general, if I know that deep down you're tolerant and understanding of views that differ from your own, and that you're open to having a discussion about these things, I will give you that necessary respect. All I ask is that that respect be reciprocated, no matter how much you disagree with me on something, especially when I'm not the type to antagonize someone because of this, whether it be to their face or over social media. Because if you can't do that, then it shows that you care more about your views and your opinions than you do about maintaining friendships with people. Not to mention, I'd rather people be able to accept that certain friends and followers of theirs are going to have differing viewpoints from them, and not have an echo chamber for a circle of friends. Like I said in my video about the Frozen fan who divorced her husband over him not liking the movie, what good is a friendship or a relationship with no disagreements? Relationships are stale without at least some conflict, and the fact that some people just can't bear to have that just speaks volumes of their character. I'm able to be friends with people and be on good terms with people even if I don't agree with them on something, and won't treat them like shit over it. I have a number of friends that are extremely liberal to the point where they sound pretty scary, and I don't even disagree with a lot of the stuff that they talk about. I agree that racism, sexism, and bigotry are still issues in this country. Maybe not to the extent that they're trying to claim, but I still believe those are issues on principle. Same with rape, same with gun violence, same with police brutality, same with this three-ring circus we call an election. But some people just take this too far, and I think you know what I mean there. But if I know that you're a respectful person deep down, and that even if I were to say,
"Oh, just take it easy, man,"
you would still be my friend and not go, "Triggered, offended, delete, block, make passive-aggressive posts telling everyone how much of a piece of shit he is," then I will still be your friend too. That is mutual respect. It's just like with music. What kind of friend would I be if I unfriended or unfollowed someone because they said they didn't like Alter Bridge, or Foo Fighters, which that one's debatable as no one disrespects Jesus, or Poison, or Green Day, or Bullet for My Valentine, or Silverstein, or Red Hot Chili Peppers, or Pantera, or Dream Theater, or Korn, or Periphery, or even Avenged Sevenfold? Yup. Even that band I'm supposedly a fanboy of. If you just don't like their music and it's not your thing, that's fine. If we can still get along despite those differences, that's all that matters. The same applies if you like Kanye West, Meghan Trainor, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Kesha, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Florida Georgia Line, and all those other pop acts I really don't like. If you can be cool, then I will be cool. Fair's fair. I understand we're living in pretty troubling times here in America. You don't need to tell me twice. But I could really do without people being really dramatic about everything. Now, you might say I'm being a bit dramatic right now, but I'm just telling it like it is when it comes to people encouraging disassociation over political opinions. I'm not gonna unfriend you or unfollow you if I view you as a friend or a good person. If I disagree on something, I disagree on something. But I keep it cool. I know my limits. All I ask is that I be shown the same respect. Okay? Thanks. I'm Shades, and I'll see you next time.